Yeah. What y'all got going, man? It's your boy Prophet. Y'all know what time it is. We back with another video. We finna check out LeBron James on defending the Golden State post splits in the NBA Finals. Let's go get straight to it.
Somebody asked me this the other day. They're like, triangle concepts. Nobody runs the triangle.
Hey, shout out to JJ Redick too, man. This is a good ass podcast. I tried to watch the long video of this, but I ain't gonna lie, I turned that shit off. Them niggas got to talking about some boy.
Right? Does it exist in the NBA? And the truth of the matter, there are still concepts that exist.
There are.
So we don't, the Chicago cut, which was when you throw it in the post, the guard would cut through, screen in the middle of the paint. For the big guy, you don't want to switch that. If you do switch it, you know, Pekovic from Minnesota would catch the ball at 5 feet against me and just jump hook, right? Easy breezy. Teams don't really run the Chicago cut anymore. The two things that they still run, blind pig, which New York runs for Brunson all the time, where Hartenstein or Mitchell Robinson flashes to the elbow. You deny Jalen Brunson, he's getting that back cut going downhill. They'll get into the step-up pick and rolls with blind pig action.
Hold on.
Getting that back dine or Mitchell Robinson flashes to the elbow. You deny...
Because he getting denied right here.
Jalen Brunson, he's getting that back cut going downhill. They'll get into the step-up pick and rolls with blind pig action, right? And then the Golden State post splits. The post splits. I have been wanting to have this conversation with you for so many years because I have said the Golden State post splits, specifically with that team, is like the hardest action to guard. I was doing research on something else the other day, and I was looking up because I was for a Boston game, because Porzingis has the highest efficiency in the tracking era for points per direct post up, right? He's every time they switch smaller guy on him.
And this nigga Bron, he like, yep, like he just know all this shit he talk, bro. Bron, you don't know all this, bro. Stop saying yep, like you just know, bro. You don't know.
So he's mashing, whatever.
You don't know
Draymond
everything, bro.
Was at the top of the list for a bunch of years. In 18-19, he had the highest efficiency on post-ups of any player in the NBA. And you're like, well, Draymond doesn't score in the post. But they're throwing him the ball, and either Steph and Clay are running their action. We saw back in 22, Wiggins would be the screener, slip for the dunk. They also involve the big. So Steph and Clay are doing their little dance. Looney then comes and cleans it up.
Because the big that's guarding Looney is sitting in the damn paint.
Exactly. It's the hardest thing to guard. You guarded it 4 straight finals. What are your thoughts on how to defend it?
Let's do it.
When Draymond catches the ball in the post,
gotta sag off.
The first thing you have to do, you have to track his eyes. You can't track the ball because Draymond has the ability. What they started to take out in our league is a swipe through. So obviously he has his back towards the basket. You have to track his eyes, because if you track the ball with your hand, he'll go underneath your arms. He used to get that foul. The second thing you have to do, you have to get the bodies right away. And you can't get to the top side because Steph and Clay are great at backdoors and get to the rim. You have to get to the lower hip of them. And
good question is, how do I get started in real estate? A better question is, how do I make
Come on with the ads, man.
I can tell you.
Who's ever setting the screen has to give a little space so you don't allow it to slip. And the guy that's guarding either Steph or Clay that's coming off, you have to get to the bottom hip of their shoulder and trail them all the way out. The two most important people in the whole thing is the two guys that's weak side. When they have certain shooters out there, it's very difficult. But 9 times out of 10, when we were playing them in the finals, at times it was JaVale McGee and Iguodala. It was Andrew Bogut.
Let's talk about this watch this nigga got on for 5 seconds, bro. What is that, bro? I just know that motherfucker expensive.
JaVale McGee and Iguodala.
What is that? God damn.
Andrew Bogut.
Y'all see how that is shining?
Sean Livingston, Harrison Barnes.
You got too much money, bro.
When everything went haywire, when it was fucking Kevin Durant over there and another shooter, it was like impossible to guard because you couldn't help from the weak side, because now Draymond's such a great IQ player. If you tag from the guy on the weak side, he throws it all the way across court. You can actually see, there's a play that you can watch on YouTube probably where they were taking the ball out on SOB.
Side out of bounds.
Yeah, not son of a bitch. Sorry, guys. Side out of bounds. And I was getting ready. I was 2-9ing on the strong side because they were about to get into some split action. Steph takes the ball out and throws it all the way to the weak side corner by their bench. And I try to close out to KD because I'm looking, trying to shrink the floor. He throws it from the sideline out of bounds all the way across. I close out.
He threw it right in front of this nigga, though.
Looking, trying to shrink the floor. He throws it from the sideline out of bounds all the way across. I close out, slips, falls on the ground. KD dunks the ball.
That's tough.
But back to your point, that I don't understand. Well, I do understand why most teams don't run it because they don't have
the personnel.
They don't have the personnel.
They don't have.
There are certain teams that, like right now, Mike Brown in Sacramento is kind of running some split action. Yeah. He has those shooters. He has obviously Kevin Huerter. He has the kid Keegan Murray who can shoot the piss out the ball, and also the speed of De'Aaron Fox. They play a lot of pinch posts with DeMonis, who's now triple-double threat every game.
You need a passer like Sabonis.
You have to have, yeah.
You have to have a passer like Sabonis or Draymond.
Yeah, exactly. Like DeMonis, Draymond, Marc Gasol back in his day. Certain guys, obviously Joker, he's one of a kind. But
phenomenal.
You have to have the personnel. You have to have the personnel.
The thing with the post splits for me is like, you can, let's say they involved Looney.
What do they call you? What do your kids call you?
Dad. Why?
No, when you coaching, what do they call you? Coach JJ, Coach.
Oh, they just call me JJ.
They just call you JJ. Oh shit. Okay.
Lock your iPhone first.
No, we don't want to talk to you right now, Siri.
They just call me JJ.
They just call you JJ. Okay, you got a good.
By the way,
chemistry with your kids.
I tell them this all the time. You brought up the flubbing that ATO play.
Yeah.
I don't care if you miss a shot. I don't even care if you take a bad shot. I've never yelled at a kid or gotten on a kid for taking any shot.
Right.
I never have. Now I may after a game be like, hey, we were up 7 with 42 seconds. You didn't need to shoot a contested step back 3. We could have just dribbled the clock out. Right?
Shoot.
What drives me crazy though is when I draw an ATO and then we go out and they forget it. It's like, dude, it's been 10 seconds. My big thing with them now is like, don't worry about what I'm drawing up. Just watch you.
That's it.
Pay attention to you.
That's it. Just watch you.
Just watch
That's you.
Anyways, so let's say you involve Kevon Looney or whatever.
Yep.
And so the big decides to be in a drop back here.
Yep.
So Steph and Clay, they're up here doing their dance or whatever.
Yep.
They're going to get an open 3.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
For sure.
If you switch out with Kevon Looney's guy, I think what's always been difficult for me is someone who's guarded that action. You were talking about body position.
Yep.
Bro, sometimes it doesn't matter. They're so good. The second you get on that angle, the second you turn your head, the cutting to the basket is the hardest part to me.
Yep.
Like I can chase over a screen and get a contest on a 3. But like they're just they keep you off balance, which is interesting that you bring up the weak side being the key to the whole thing.
But that's like what you're saying is advanced basketball IQ. You know what? You're saying if I'm guarding Draymond in the post, Kevon Looney is at the quad.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing their thing.
Okay.
At the free throw line.
They're doing their thing. You're saying that if he has a wide open 3, why not? Are you saying Draymond's man just go take and then Kevon Looney just stays in the paint? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying as this guy.
Bro, if Draymond catch that bitch in the post, bro, I'm backing the hell up. Like, if I got the on-ball defender, I'm backing up, bro, off Draymond into the paint. If Draymond turn around and score, oh well.
Right.
As one of them.
That's how I would guard it.
So we can switch this action.
Yep.
Let's say we're switching this action. I'm saying if Kevon Looney is so worried he's in this, his guy's in this drop, and he's off the body, we're going to live with the contested 3.
Yep.
Right? You're going to give that up if you're worried about taking the layup.
Yeah, for sure.
The second you bring Kevon Looney up, they're getting a layup.
Yeah, for sure.
They're getting a layup.
Yeah, you're getting a layup.
It's too hard to guard.
Yeah.
The dance is too hard.
Right.
And they've done it so many times.
You're absolutely
You
right.
go back to that 22, dude, that
Brian low-key pissed. Like, bro, shut up. Like, stop telling me this, bro. Like, I know.
22 finals run where they just like, all right, so Wiggins is getting guarded by whoever, Draymond's got the ball, and we're just going to involve 2 people. We're not even going to put the big in there.
Yeah.
How many cuts did Wiggins get? He runs into the split action and doesn't even stop.
He don't even
just
stop.
slips right to it.
And it's a layup.
And you know
or
what's
a dunk.
interesting? You think about that run. You talking about getting in the playoffs. You can't beat high basketball IQ teams with a low basketball IQ team.
No, there's no way.
And at the time, some of those teams I didn't think were high basketball IQ teams.
You're absolutely right.
It's interesting. Aaron Gordon talked about that because they beat them in the first round, and that was a big takeaway for me. Now, they didn't have the personnel. They didn't have KCP, right? They didn't have the personnel. Murray was hurt. But I'm not saying would never say a guy's dumb. I'm saying basketball IQ.
Yeah, for sure.
They got outsmarted that series.
Yeah.
Jokic was a monster, all that stuff, but they got outsmarted. And Aaron Gordon has talked about coming off of that series being like, I gotta become a smarter basketball player.
Yeah.
To win at the highest level.
To win at the highest level.
You got to.
He did it.
Hey guys, thanks for listening.
Hey man, that's gonna do it for the video, man. Y'all know what to do, man. It's your boy Prophet. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe, bro. I'm gonna keep pushing these videos out for y'all boys. See y'all boys in the next one, man. Come on.